Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented by Whiskerware Apparel, along with Doc Lang. I'm Lyle Stokes. Welcome to the show. Doc, we had a big week last week, big weekend, lots of tournaments, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, Father's Day weekend. Everybody cooking out. There was all kinds of posting it on Facebook. Everybody thanking their dads and all that.
That's pretty cool, you know.
Are you there, Lyle? I can't hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, there you're back in.
All right. I don't know what I've done. Damn shit. Anyhow, I was saying, you know, we travel to tournaments. I don't usually, if I take the computers, if we're gone 3 or 4 days, I usually don't take one. I don't get along real good with phones, and Ben's mine hadn't worked right in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I don't get along with it at all. But I do have a brand new one going now, so everything should make that should make things a little bit better.
Good deal.
You know, Father's Day weekend and Mother's Day weekend are 2 big deals for a lot of people, and they should be. And I'm glad that everybody's out having a good time, being safe, and the ones that got to go fishing, that's even better.
Yep. I had to work all weekend, so.
Well,
it's one of them deals.
It is, and I've had deals like that. Never did like it, but these times I tell people all the time, if you've got a good job, you got to take care of it. And
just hang on to it. That's right.
That's right. You never know when the next one will come along, if it ever does, if you got a good one. So that you got to take care of your family, just the way it is.
I am looking forward to the retirement, but you know it's going to whenever it happens.
That every day, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't be too long. You'll be setting up there. I want to talk to you a little bit about some new prizes, Doc, that we got for our RigRap Prize wheel.
All right.
You know, we've got some really good sponsors, and a bunch of quality people have come on board with this prize wheel in the last few weeks, and this just kind of come up, and Glenn was nice enough to get us the wheel and make sure that everything was jumping in there, and made it a really cool deal. A lot of guys jumped on board. But I got a call before we left for our Jack and Jill tournament over the weekend from George Young Jr. And I wanted to share this with everybody. I waited till tonight so we could kind of make a deal out of it. And the prizes are already on the wheel. But we are going to have spot 110 for the Mississippi River Monsters entry on the prize wheel. Now, there is some stipulations. Wow. That's a $250 prize. That's the biggest prize that we've had on here.
Yeah.
It is. It's big. Now, there is some stipulations. You cannot sell this entry. If you win it, you have to use it. You can't give it away. You can't sell it. You can't exchange it. You have to use it or lose it, and that's their stipulations, and I understand that. But spot 110 gets you in the drawing for the trip with Bill Dance.
Yep.
Now, that in itself ought to be incentive for everybody to want in the drawing. Or it would be for me.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I dropped some. But, you know, I thought that was really cool of George to call me up and say, hey, we want in on this. And they're already in on it. You know, if you hit – we've got it marked. One is the entry prize and the other is just Mississippi River Monsters. Now, if you hit the other one, there's nothing wrong with winning an autographed hat from Bill Dance. I mean, who in the world don't want that? I've got one. I wouldn't trade for anything. But if I got another, I'd take it.
Yep.
You know, I'm not going to turn down a hat signed by Bill Dance. I'm just not going to do it. And those are 2 great prizes from Mississippi River Monsters, and we want to thank George and Leslie and everybody down there for helping us out with that. So just remember, folks, if we spin that wheel, if we pick your name and we spin that wheel and it comes up on that prize, you will win entry 110 for boat takeoff to Mississippi River Monsters in Memphis this fall. So that's a great prize, but you have to use it. You can't sell it, trade it. You either use it or lose it. And but that'd be a great prize. Just it really would.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, you might work if you don't want to go, can't go, or whatever. You might contact George and talk to him. But that's the stipulations. You have to use the entry fee, and I know a lot of people that would be happy to have that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a lot of money. I mean, when you don't have that expense, and that's a bunch of money.
That's a heck of a big prize, and I thought that it was really cool of him. And while he was on the phone, George is affiliated with B&M Rods, and he's one of their pro staff and does a lot of good things with B&M, and I'm very happy for him. Thrilled that he's got positions with several of those nice companies. B&M Rods has donated a bumping rod prize to also be on the prize wheel.
Oh wow!
So
that's another good prize.
It's another great prize.
So along with all the other prizes that we've got on this wheel, there are no losers on this
Should
wheel.
we go over those prizes right quick, Doc?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Let me pull it out here. We'll just start here with rig wraps. Rig wraps, the people that make the rig wraps, sell the rig wraps, give us all the prizes for the wheel.
Yep.
They're number one. Catfish Conference, they're giving us, I believe it's 6 tickets in lots of 2, so we can do it. We can have 3 winners for tickets to the 2017 Catfish Conference.
That's Hervey, right?
That's Hervey and his group, and Steve and all of them guys, Jim Hopper and all of them. Survivor, Crusher Marine, high-speed water pickup systems. And we got something else to talk about Crusher Marine here in just a little while.
Yep.
Whiskerware Apparel, T-shirts, hoodies, hats, all that stuff. Rob's going to give somebody some stuff when somebody lands on theirs. The entry to the Mississippi River Monsters Tournament, entry 110. If you land on that spot, you have to use the entry.
Yes, and Swamp Diver Outdoors, that is for a team.
That is for a team. Yes, that's correct. Catfish Now magazine, they're going to do a story on you if you land on your spot. Callie Bowman won that last week, and they will be doing a write-up with her in Catfish Now magazine, which is pretty neat in itself. Hooker's Terminal Tacker, Reaper hooks. Now, they have 2 spots on here. This prize is for a package of Reaper hooks. I've been using those, Doc. They work out really good. They're extremely sharp.
Good deal.
B&M bumping rod. Nothing wrong with getting a free fishing rod. I don't care who you are.
No.
Aaron Wheatley has already given away 2 hoodies. He's still on the board. So if you land on Monsters on the Ohio spot, you'll win a hoodie from Aaron Wheatley. Aaron's really good about donating prizes and stuff to everybody, and it's really nice of him to donate these prizes to our spinning wheel. Mississippi River Monsters. This is not the entry to the tournament, but if you land on that spot, Leslie will have Bill autograph a hat, and they will ship it to you with a Bill Dance autograph right on it. Catfish Life, our buddies, the good people with some really good products. Jody Harrison and his bunch.
Yep.
If you land on that, they will send you some products of theirs to use. Another great deal. They got some really cool stuff, and Jody does a really good job.
Their live well cleaner is awesome, man. It'll make that. It makes that aluminum shine and takes all that scum right off of it.
Gets it right out of there, and there's stuff that you put on fish that are hooked hard and they bleed a little bit. You can put that on there, stops them from bleeding. They got some treatment to put in there to keep the slime coat on them. Just real good stuff.
He's got those fin clips. Those are really good. Where you clip the weight onto the fish and it writes it back up.
Yep. Yeah,
so
that's really good.
Yeah.
Really cool. Tennessee River Monsters. Captain Scott has got
Demon Dragons.
Demon Dragons. And what's the name of his hooks? It eludes me right now.
I can't remember.
I can't either, but he's sent out a couple of prizes already. Scott, thank you so much for that. If you guys are ever in Tennessee and you want to catch big fat fish or big stripers, contact Mississippi Tennessee River Monsters, and they will put you on them. Mad Catter hooks. This is also from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. If you land on this spot, you will get a package of Mad Catter hooks. Whisker Sticks, another sponsor that has donated some prizes already.
Yep.
These are the neat little lights, and if you didn't see his video, Doc, you need to see the video on the new lights where he's dropping a big old sledgehammer on these lights, and they're just like a time bank. They keep on ticking. Yep. You know, it's great product and a great sponsor for the prize wheel. Back to RigRap. So, you know, we got a lot of good people on here with some great products, great prizes, and I just think it's a wonderful idea, and Glenn shared this with us, and he had the idea, and it's a lot of fun. We've enjoyed this thing, and we got a lot of time left because, you know, at this point, we have people waiting to get on it when some of these prizes go away, you know, like Hervey and stuff, and they may come up with something else, something new. Yeah. You know, people have already said, hey, when a sponsor leaves, or when I want the next spot. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this for a long time to come.
Yes, we are. And I'll tell you what, Lyle, while you got that wheel right there, let's go ahead and spin that wheel.
You want to spin it one time?
Let's give it a spin, and let's just see how many people you got.
Well, let me see. Hang on. Well, let's get it up here and get all of our people in there that we got, and we'll just spin that wheel.
And we're going to random.org.
We are going to random.org as soon as I get my list of people. I got so many windows open that it's a little bit contrary right at the moment, but it'll come up here.
Yeah, caught you off guard. That's what's nice about live.
But that's why we do it, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody likes to be caught off guard. I must have a slow internet connection tonight. Well, it does not want to go.
All right, we can spin it later. You keep trying while we're talking.
I'll keep working on that. For some reason, it don't want to switch pages, but it'll do it here in a little bit. We'll get it all straightened out. I would think. I had to take this baby in for repairs the other day. Between the phone and the computer going down, I really had last week. It was pretty rough on me, but it's nothing that a debit card won't fix. You know, seems like whatever goes wrong, you can drag out the cash and you can get it repaired. We went up to Canton, Missouri to fish the Twisted Cat Outdoors Jack and Jill tournament over the weekend, Doc. We had a really good time up there. 33 boats entered that tournament. There was a lot of added money. There was a random drawing for $500 of Sea Arc money that was run. Yep. If you want a Sea Arc and you fish one of Alex's tournaments, they have $500 that's donated from Sea Arc and Mike Bainey at his boat shop, and you can get in there, and if you get name gets drawn out and you own a Sea Arc, you win $500. That money went to Travis Robertson. Frozen Custard. They have a drawing at every tournament for $250 for anybody that don't turn in a fish. That's a pretty good deal. Wow. You don't have to catch a fish, and you got a chance to win $250. That was won by Chad Milks. Whiskerware Apparel bonus flathead money for the biggest flathead was $150. Pretty cool. That was I'm not sure who got that. I don't see it on here.
Had to catch a flathead.
I do. That's right. You had to catch the biggest flathead, and that was won by Jeremy Ransom, who also, him and Tricia Cleveland also won first place They didn't get big fish, but they won the Whiskerware Apparel money. So $3,000 for first place and $150 for the Whiskerware Apparel Flathead bonus money. Second place went to Bo Brockman and Trish Cleveland. They live over by Chillicothe. Bo's a really great fisherman, fishes the Missouri River a lot. Second place paid $1,000. He got big fish, 44.24 pounds. That paid him $330. So that's a pretty good day. It was good to see Bo over on the Mississippi River. Third place, Kyle Johnson, Tim and Emma Guthrie, $646. Fourth place went to Brad and Roberta Shoemate. Old Rudy, $506. They had 36.16 pounds. And fifth place went to Ron King, Craig, and Amy Simler. Paid them $318 for 27.57 pounds. It was pretty tough up there. The fish was in spawn, which they are pretty much everywhere. Right now. Cindy caught a really nice channel cat up there, weighed almost 12 pounds. It was beat up from one end to the other, and it's probably the meanest fish of any size that I ever had to pull out of a live well. It fought her tooth and nail all the way back to the boat. Got it in the boat, and it didn't want to go in the live well. It didn't want to come out of the net. It didn't want to do anything it was supposed to do. And we get to the weigh-in, and every time I stuck my hand in the water, it tried to bite me. It attacked me. It hit me with its head. So it's telling me that he either was still on the nest and only bit just to get away from whatever was near him, or he was just that ornery and mean, which I believe that's a lot of it, because he just was mean. He bit the crap out of me 2 or 3 times. And finally, I got them deals in his mouth where you lift him up out of there, and I handed him to Cindy. She weighed him in, and they put him in the thing, and before they could get them released from his mouth, he took off with them, went swimming around the pool. So he's just an unreal fish, but he's a big old real dark black male, and we was real happy to catch him, and I was glad that she got it done. So real fun day. We had a great time up at the tournament. We all had a lot of fun. It poured down rain. Man, it rained. Rained on us all the way up there. Rained on us Saturday night so bad you couldn't see the vehicles out in front of the motel.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. We're going to go with this another way here, Doc. Hang on.
All right. Hugh Thomason said backstabber hooks. Those are
backstabber hooks. That's exactly right. And I have used some of those, and they also work very well.
And they want you to go ahead and tell people how they can register for the prize wheel again.
You send us a message. The easiest way to do it is every Tuesday after the show, because it takes me a few hours to get everything posted up and downloaded and get it on all the venues after the show's over on Monday nights. But I'll make a post, and all you have to do is go to that post and tell us that you want to be on there. And when I see your stuff on there that you want to be on there, I will add your name to the list each week. And then I will like that post, or your comment on that post, so you know that I've got you on there. And that's the easiest way to do it. You can send us a message on Catfish Weekly and tell us that you want to be on it, and we will also add it that way. But it's the easiest way is if you just make a comment below there. But if we get it, you're going to be on it, and do it that way. But once the show starts, we're pretty much done doing them, because we've got 3 or 4 venues that we try to maintain while we're doing the show, and I just don't have a way of doing it once the show starts. So at that point, you'll be on the next week's. As soon as I see it, we'll add you to that. And it doesn't say how many. I thought it usually does. How many's on here? But we got around 70, so it's a pretty good amount.
So once somebody signs up, they're in.
Once they make a comment on that post and say, I want in on the chance to win a spin on the RigRap wheel, then they're in. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, Doc, how many times do we want to randomize this?
5.
5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The winner is, oh, man, you ain't going to believe this, Janet Fox.
Oh, man. Yeah, I believe it. She wins a lot of stuff. Trust me.
She is. She's kind of lucky, ain't she?
Yes, she
Janet
is.
Fox, you get to spin
the wheel.
Spin on the RigRap wheel as soon as I get everything back up. Here we go, Doc. I'm going to give it a good one for her, too. Notice I adjusted that just a little bit.
Yeah.
But not enough, don't look like.
It goes round and round, and it lands on.
It lands on Mississippi River Monsters. Janet, you have won an autographed hat from Bill Dance.
Autograph hat of Bill Dance. All right.
From Bill Dance. Can't beat it. Contact Leslie, Janet, and Leslie will have Bill autograph you a hat and make sure that you get it. Now, I'm going to move that back, Doc, so we can do it again here in a little bit.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Good for Janet. I'm glad she won that. And I bet she don't let Bink wear it. I bet she don't let Bink wear it. She probably won't wear it either. It's really hard to wear those hats that are signed by Bill Dance. I've had mine on a couple times, but it's a little tough. You know, it's really hard to do when you know that Bill Dance signed that thing. Oh, we got a problem here. Everybody's out having a good time. Get that off of there. We don't need that. Now, our buddy Robert with Survivor and Crusher Marine had sent you and I both some packages, and they look like this. Doc, you want to explain these to people? They're pretty cool little items.
Yeah, they're called kill zones, and they're a 3-way rig in which you don't have to cut your line. You just put it on your line, and you run your line through it, and then you snap the other piece in place, and it's ready to go. You can put the weight at the bottom, and then if the fish are at 1 foot or 2 foot, all you have to do is unclip it, and you can adjust it up and down on the line. Pretty slick looking deal.
That's correct. And you know, I keep dropping it, but your line goes through the T part of it. And I don't know if they can see this or not, but there's a hole in there. Yeah, it's tough to see. There's a hole right here that your line goes all the way through. And then this T part goes inside of that, and it clips, and you heard it snap. It clips on there, and that keeps the line from moving around on there. And you can suspend your weights and stuff. There's a hole right here in the bottom for your weights and things to go through.
Yep.
And it's a little difficult if you use your hand, but you can push that right back up with your hand. And like Doc said a while ago, he just holds when it's down like this on a hard surface, and you can push it right up, and then you can move it back and forth or however you want. Really neat concept. You guys get a chance, contact Robert at Crusher Marine. Tell him you want to try some of these out, and he can give you all the specifics on them. Great little product. I was really glad that he come up with those.
Yeah, I tried it on 40-pound mono. I'm mainly use mono, and it puts a little kink in the line. But when I took it to work and looked at it under the microscope, and that's all it does. It just puts a bend in the mono. It doesn't damage it. It doesn't splinter it. And I know that sounds weird about splintering mono, but when mono that's what happens mono. It starts splintering, and it starts shredding itself apart from each other. It doesn't do any of that. It just puts a bend on it. I'm kind of anxious. I want to see how it's going to work with braid real well, because braid is slick.
It is. I don't think it'll be a big issue. And I'll tell you what, once you get that baby down on there, you can release it. Yeah, you can release it with your hands. And some of these younger guys, they could probably do it a lot easier than I do. But it locks in. It locks in really steadfast. And there's little catches on each side that locks it onto the main body of it. So once it's down there, it's not coming off. It's really a cool little deal. And he's going to be coming up with some new stuff. I also wanted to mention that RigRap people have come out with a new sinker slide. I just shared the post on it. I haven't seen them yet. I'm excited about them. You don't have to cut your line and retie on. You put these babies on and off of there. I will be having information on that hopefully next week. I'm really excited about that. I've seen him and I thought, man, this is something that we've needed for a long time.
Yeah.
Pretty cool deal.
Yeah, so if you're interested in kill zones or anything, get a hold of Robert at Survivor, Crusher Marine product, crushermarine.com. I got a fly that is messing with me just like them ducks was in Mississippi. I'm going to get that bird.
Speaking of ducks, we took our new puppy out on the boat with us Saturday, that tournament, and she was amazing. She only got in the way a couple of times, and we just had to move her out of the way, but she pretty much spent her time in the shade up underneath the console of the boat, and it was no problems at all. I'm excited about having her for Cindy and I's third partner in the boat whenever you're not in there, and we're going to have a lot of fun with her. This kind of cool toy, I need something else to play with, Doc.
Yeah. I know when the 1 week, we run this blue ball microphone. That's what I have here at the house. And I have a habit of clicking on a pin, in and out on a pin. And I don't remember. I think it was Daniel Kennedy or somebody.
Daniel, yeah.
Yeah, he sent me a thing saying, quit clicking the pin. So it must have been pretty loud. It picks up everything.
Them things do pick up everything. They sure do. So it's a really, really cool deal. What else? What have you got going on that happened last week, Doc?
I've got a couple of tournaments. I'll just go over those. The one is Cat Chasers. It was at Dillon Lake. First place was Ted and Joe Ackerman with 27.3 pounds. Big Fish was a 7.7 pound. Second was Jerry White and Mike Anderson, 26.11 pounds. Second Big Fish, 6.6 pounds. Third was James Westney and Donnell Shirley, 23 pounds. And fourth was Tina and Dana Jackson with 22.5 pounds. Now in July 15th, the Cat Chasers is having his mid-year championship, and that will be a national qualifier for the Catfish Weekly tournament out in 2018. So anybody here in Ohio that's interested in fishing that national championship, you need to go to catchasers.net and get the information on that tournament. Second tournament I've got is Whiskey City out of Schmidt Rampus, downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. First place, Team Browning, 84 pounds. Big Fish, a 30.6 pound blue. Second, Team Cress and Rains, 63.9 pounds. And third was Team Collins and Sizemore, 62 pounds. And that's all I got, Lyle.
Nice. Okay. Anybody that lives around Jason Geary, he needs an axle for his tri-dia where he might be able to find one. He lives in the Louisville, Kentucky area. If you got any information about a good place for him to pick up a boat trailer axle, contact Jason Geary. Situation been just right in the heat of fishing season, and I know Jason is going to want to get that going.
Hey, Concrete Man wants to know, are the three-way rigs for sale now? Yeah, I believe they are, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And they're called Kill Zones, Concrete Man. Kill Zone.
You can go right to Crusher Marines. I was on there here a while back. They are on their website. If you have any issues, just send them a message. Tell Robert you're interested in them, and he will hook you up. Very reasonable product. It's a great product. It's really, really well made, and Robert will fix you up. And while you're at it, go ahead and get your Survivor unit if you don't have one, because if you don't have one, you should.
Yeah. And I've been abusing them things. He told me, he said, see if you can break them. Right now, I've gotten them hung and stuff, and they've come back, and they're not damaged or anything, and they stay right where you put them.
Well, like I was telling you before the show started, when we started this tournament, we had found some flatheads in some brush, heavy trees and stuff, and we tried them in that, and of course, you know what fishing treetops and stuff's like, and we got them back. We didn't get all the sinkers back, but we got those back. So they worked out really nice. I was very pleased with them. I thought everything went good. Didn't really have any problems with them on the 80-pound braid, but the smaller braid I can't talk about because I don't really use anything any smaller than that. I mean,
right.
We're places that we fish for the most part. I'm using the biggest stuff that I feel comfortable with, and we didn't have any problems, and nothing seems to slip on them. They're pretty steadfast. So
yeah, well, it's pretty positive lock system.
Yes, it is. Very, very good product. And I know there's some more stuff coming down the road from Crusher Marine. So keep your ears peeled open. It'll be some things that we can't elaborate on right now, but it's stuff that you'll enjoy and you'll like and you'll want. So stay tuned to Catfish Weekly, and as soon as we get that information, we will pass it along and make sure that everybody at least has the opportunity to be involved with it.
Yep.
A lot of stuff going on in the next few weeks, Doc. We got some big tournaments coming up. I'm excited about. Here's something that's going on this weekend coming up. We are supposed to leave and head up and do the live broadcast with the Mud Bum Boys this weekend. It's going to be a blast.
Oh yeah, that's a grand opening of their store, correct?
It's the grand opening of their new stores. I'm going to do a seminar on planer boards. John Spadaford's going to be up there doing a seminar. And so is his partner, my buddy. I can't think of his name.
Boomer
Wilson. Yep. Boomer. It's going to be a great time. Be 3 seminars up there. We're going to do a live broadcast, Catfish Weekly out there. And guess what, Doc? What? We're taking the prize wheel.
Oh, good.
We're going to take the prize wheel. We're going to take it to Mississippi River Monsters. We might. I haven't talked to Jim and Sheila about it, but we may take it down there if they'll allow us to take it down there and give some stuff away. A lot of these guys want to add some stuff to it when they get there, and that's fine. We can do that. But we're going to have a really good time up there with Willie and Crash and all them guys on Redfoot. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Tell the guys
seminars,
live
hi. Shows. I will surely do that. There's going to be a tournament up there on Sailorville Lake that night after the show. So, and you know what? If you go up to their store, Crash is going to get out the barbecue grill or smoker or something. He's going to fix up a bunch of free stuff for everybody to eat. And I am not ever going to miss out on free food.
Oh wow!
I'm going to be there for some of that action. So we're going to have a great time. It's a pretty good drive up there. Nice trip, but if everything goes right, we're going to try to fish that night tournament up there, probably fishing with Jason Burgess, a good friend of mine. He's fished up there a few times since I've never been on that lake or even reasonably close to it. That'll be a lot of fun, and let him and Cindy fish. I'll take a nap so I can drive home the next morning.
Yeah, there you go.
Struggled a little bit coming home yesterday. It'd been we left up to go up there Friday night. I got 3 hours sleep. Cindy didn't get any. Then we drove all the way up to Canton, and we fished all day Saturday and looked around and had some company come in. Plus, you know how it is in front of the motels at night, and I didn't get any sleep to mount anything Saturday night, and then drove home last night. And by the time I got back, I was ready to had enough. So, but it was a fun tournament. Now you got tournament this weekend coming up, Doc?
No, I don't have anything this weekend.
Wow, kind of rare.
In fact, yeah, I'm going to take my son-in-law fishing.
That'll be fun.
We're going to go down on the Ohio River. If it wasn't so far to go to Iowa, I'd go out there, but that's just way too far. That's 9-10 hours.
It's a long trip.
Drive, yeah. So, but tomorrow I'm taking my grandson Josh. We're going to go channel cat fishing on Rocky Fork Lake. So,
well, now you're going to have to bring Josh to one of the big events again one of these days. We haven't seen him in quite a while, and I've seen pictures of him. And he has turned into be quite the big young man.
Yes, he is. He's pretty big.
He sure is. Yeah, he's a good kid, and we sure enjoyed him being down there that day. Kicked you in the head when you all were sleeping in a motel.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a little guy then. Man, he's not now. That's for sure. I wouldn't want him to kick me in the head like he did that night. Not now.
There's him and Chris and Larry standing together in that tournament, and my God, he was bigger than both of them put together almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it'd be a lot of fun. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know you got your planer boards in. Have you had a chance to use them yet, Doc?
Nope, I'm going to use them tomorrow.
Going to use them tomorrow. That'd be great. I can't wait to hear what you think of them. I think they work extremely well. I'm really excited about those, and I know Nick will be looking forward to your review on them.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to doing it because, I mean, I've used the church boards for years.
Exactly,
and,
yeah.
So, and I really like, I mean, these are good, heavy-duty board. I was just amazed when I got them. So.
Yes, they are. They're very well made, great product. Got some really quality snaps on them. Probably one of the best snaps in the industry. And I've seen virtually all of them. And like I've said for years, if you're going to buy a board, buy the quality ones that's going to last you forever. And only do it once. There's no sense of buying the cheap ones and having to do it 3 or 4 times. Just get the good stuff and call it a day.
Yeah. So.
And I believe that.
Pretty interesting. They have a newsletter that they put out that is just packed full of information. Yeah, it's got a lot of good information in it. And then you can go to YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
And bring up even more stuff because there's all kinds of people that have done little tricks and tips to make the boards run better, and so.
That's correct. And that newsletter has got a ton of cool information in it, and a lot of big name people in the industry have articles in there about it. I really enjoy it. I've got a couple of them, and I really like them. So I think that's a good product. But that little newspaper thing of theirs is really nice, and I seen that Nick's dad is down in South America, dove hunting and bird hunting.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that old Bruce is having a blast down there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I always wanted to do that.
Craig Sherman, he says, hi from Troy, Missouri. How those survivors handle Mississippi River dirty water as far as clogging? Any thoughts? Well, I can tell you this much, Craig. The only time they will get clogged up is when there's a lot of leaves and a lot of stuff floating on the top of the water. They have a tendency of getting clogged. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can reach over the back of the boat. You can clear that survivor out. But it works. It just doesn't fill as fast. But it does work. And, that is the only issue that we have. Am I correct, Lyle, that we have never seen any other problems? That thing just fires and goes.
It does. Grass will get it a little bit, but the spring of the year when flood conditions and when the water raises real quick, it's the only time you're going to have an issue. Other than that, there is no issue with them. It is a screen type situation, so it's going to catch some of the bigger stuff, and for the most part, it's not a problem. I've never had an issue yet with mine, but I know that grass and leaves will get them. But like you say, you can either reach over the back of your boat, and pull it off, move it away, or back up real fast. Probably would take care of it also.
Clear it out, yeah.
But and water still gets through them, but it's not fast as it ought to.
Yeah, exactly. So I ran into the issue when the Ohio came up flooding real quick, and there was a lot of debris, there was a lot of grass, leaves. I got a feeling in the fall of the year there might be an issue when the leaves start coming off of the trees, but it's got to be under the hull for it to get clogged
right.
up. So
that's right. And most of the time that's not, but when it's flood conditions and with high water like it is right now on the Mississippi and the Missouri rivers, you get a lot of grass and leaves that are floating out from the creeks and stuff being flooded, and it pushes that down in there. And that's how that happens. So, but for the most part, it is not an issue. And I would much rather have that happen than it plug, stick that something, go up through it, and end up getting in the pump for your live well and causing you a real issue. So,
yeah. Well, and
for me, that's the trade-off.
Yeah, the sea arcs are real notorious about not filling a live well because they get airlocked. That survivor definitely does prevent that airlock because it's pushing water in. Even if you're running full tilt going down the river, and you don't have the pump on, it's pushing water into your live well. So
right. So you don't have to wait for it to pull water in to your already forced it up there to it. So it's actually, there's really no reason, unless you're sitting in your driveway and turn it on, that your live well fill pump would ever run dry. And that's what's running dry.
Swamp Diver Outdoors says, what's a go-to bait in Ohio right now, Doc? Shad, live shad are working well. Skipjack always works well. Frozen. If you're lucky enough to get fresh, that, and the really go-to bait is moon eye, which we all kind of kill for moon eye, mainly because you can freeze moon eye and just keep using them over and over and over, and they seem to, I don't know what they're, as long as that oil's coming off a moon eye, they work.
That's right. That's right. Doc, I'm going to tell you, and I don't remember if we talked about this before the show started, I seen some of the biggest shad I ever seen in my life this weekend. Some guys caught up there at that tournament. You know, for me, a big shad is as wide as the top of a 5-gallon bucket.
Wow,
that's a big. That's a huge.
I've never seen one that wide.
These was bigger than that.
Oh my goodness!
They weighed 3 pounds. Huge shad, biggest shad I've ever seen.
Steroids.
That it was, and I was happy the guys got them. I don't know if I had a cooler big enough to put in them if I had got any of them, but they was giants. And shad, a lot of times in our area, is kind of hard to come by on account of their smelly Asian carp, but them guys got some giant sumo shad, and I was really happy for them, and everybody had plenty of good bait over the weekend. They was just huge, and there was a few moon eye that showed up, and some guys got some pretty big moon eye, but nothing like them shad.
Yeah.
Them shad was bigger than a lot of the skipjacks that I get.
You wonder how a fish can grow that size when all they're eating is plankton and that slimy green stuff that's growing on docks and stuff. I mean, that's all they eat. They don't eat anything else.
I would like to know how old that fish was, and that wasn't just one of them. There was several of them.
Wow.
And a lot of shad this size. A lot of them this size. But them was sumo shad, just absolute monsters. I have no way of knowing how old them things was, but they was giants. I know they grow a lot faster than catfish do. I mean, I understand that because all they do is lay around and eat. They don't do anything else. But man, they was monsters. I should have took some pictures of them for you. They was a sight to see. It was impressive.
Yeah, because I mean, I've gotten them up here 24 inches in length, but never that wide. 3-4 inches width max.
Oh, so, at least 6-7 inches thick from top to bottom.
Man, yeah, that's big shad.
Studs. Yep. Yeah, them shad like that to breed most of the catfish I catch.
Yeah.
They're just unbelievable. And like I say.
Yeah, that's what Lynn caught her 88 on, was a big sumo like that.
Yeah. That's I don't know how many baits them guys was getting out of them. They was getting more than one, I promise you. They was getting more than one.
Danny Cowell just posted something. He said, I think that's a misconception. We went fishing below Chevyville Lake here in Illinois, and we had shad hitting sabiki rigs. That's interesting.
It is. It is.
Maybe they do eat more than that.
Maybe so. I've never had one do it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
When they get that big, though, shoot, man, I would think their intake would have to really increase, and they may pick up insects or whatever to fill the void. But for the most part of that, they're supposed to be just algae eaters and stuff.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what the biologists say they always eat. So
that's what they say. They say that about about Asian carp too, and I think they'll eat some other stuff besides just plankton and stuff too. Because I know guys have told me they've caught them on jigs and stuff like that, but I never have. The thing that I hate most of all is getting one of them big Asian carps in a cast net when I'm trying to get shad, because they will absolutely make a mess out of them. So we went through all our tournament results. We talked about anything upcoming that you know of, Doc.
Nope.
Okay. Next week on Catfish Weekly, we're supposed to have Matt Jones. We're going to talk flatheads. I know you're going to like that.
Cat. Oh yeah, my buddy Catman.
Me
and Matt go back a long ways.
Yep, he catches a lot of flatheads. He's very up to speed on a lot of information on flatheads that a lot of people are not, me included. So it'll be a good time. We've been trying to test his computer and get it going. We've had a couple shots at it. He's not had any success, so he's trying to get a handle on that, and we'll get a test run done this week so we can get him up there. Yeah, yes, sir, Mr. Star. Yeah. I understand getting the spoonbills in a cast net. You're right. That's a terrible pain. So is them gar. If you get one of them in there,
those are horrible.
But I got to tell you, one of the worst things is them little channel cat 3 or 4 inches long. If you don't get them horns, the baby blues. If you don't get the horns out of them and you end up breaking them off, every time you grab that net and run your hand down it for a long time, you'll end up finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
Battle for Vicksburg, Saturday, June 24th, Mississippi Catfish Trail.
That's going to be a big event. They got a lot of entries in that already. Brad, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, there's a picture of one of them sumo shad he posted up there, Doc.
On Facebook?
On the Catfish Weekly Facebook page. You just, when you get a chance, take a gander. And I don't know what he's got that up against, but, you know, they're just giants. But Brad's hand's pretty good size, probably bigger than mine. That'll give you an idea how thick that shad is. And like I say, there were several of them. Just giants. You guys, if anybody wants to see that, they can go to the Catfish Weekly page, and he just posted it up underneath our announcement for the show being going up, and that was just one of them. I don't know if that's the biggest or the smallest or the average size one, but I know there was a lot of them. I've seen several of them, and I was pretty impressed with them, the size they was, because I guarantee you I have never caught any that big, and after seeing them, I wished I'd have made the run up there where they's at to get some of them.
There you go.
I'd have probably thrown them back out. Like, I'd been scared of fish that shad that big.
Yep.
Yep. Ethan, you're right. Little fiddlers are the worst, and they are the most painful. And that stuff about running that slime coat up and down there, that may help a little bit. But when them babies stick you, they hurt, and I don't know of anything that stops it. They just keep them.
I don't know if you could spray some of that fish life stuff on you when you get horned like that. If I get stuck this next time, I'm gonna have to ask Jody if I can do that.
Yeah, we'll have to try that. If he says it works, I'd be willing to give it a shot.
E-Star75 wants to know, did you already talk about the catfish kill in the lake? Alcohol?
I'm sending him a message now. No, I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard anything about that, Ethan. If you had information on that, please get it to us so we can go over that. But, yeah, I've not heard anything about that. But I've been gone for 3 or 4 days, so that may have something to do with me not knowing about it.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you what, Lyle. Why don't we go ahead and spin that wheel one more time for tonight?
Well, you know what, Doc? We can do that. We can do that. How many times do we want to spin it this time?
Let's go with a number 7.
Number 7. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. I got to wait for it to catch up now. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. And here we go for 7. The winner is George Mesmer.
George Mesmer
gets a spin on the RigRap Prize wheel. George is a really good friend of mine, and I talk with him nearly every day. He buys a lot of rods from me. And here we go. Let's go to the right.
All right. And that thing is nothing but a blur on my camera.
Is it?
Yeah, when I'm watching it, it's just nothing but a blur.
Win a package of Reaper hooks from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. I know you'll enjoy those. George lives down just not very far from the Mississippi River in St. Louis. He fishes a little bit at the Lake of the Ozarks. In fact, him and I have been talking about a trip. He's going to come up, and he's going to go out with Cindy and I, and we're going to go to the Lake of the Ozarks, and we're going to drag out some planer boards. We're going to take him on a trip. He bought a boat here a while back. He's trying to get everything done up on it, get it tuned up where he doesn't have any issues with it. He also bought a new Solix to put on that baby. It's going to be really cool, but we're going to have a lot of fun taking him out there and showing him a few things about dragging bait and using planer boards and make him comfortable as we can with some of that stuff. A lot of fun. So congratulations, George. I have those hooks here. I will get them to you.
Good deal.
Jason Geary sent me a message, said when you get stuck by a catfish, you've got to rub the stick spot on his belly, and that will heal it up. Well, maybe that's the reason it didn't work for me, because most of the time I just rub it on whatever part of the fish I have a hold of, but I'll try the belly part next time.
Yeah. Somebody posed here, just let the dog lick your finger to cure the pain.
That, Doc, the picture that he posted on Catfish Weekly is not one of them giant shad. That's the big moon eye that he caught.
Oh, really?
I didn't click on the the picture to see what it was, and of course I can't see that good. But yeah, it's the picture of one of the big moon eyes. Oh man, Ethan sent me this picture. Fish popping up dead last week at Lake of the Ozarks on the Gravois Arms. Boy, I sure hate to see that. I will have to study that, Ethan, and see what's going on, because yeah, that's a bad deal if they're losing fish at Lake of the Ozarks, because there's a lot of fish in there, and we don't want something happening where we're going to get rid of a bunch of them. I will check that out. Maybe I can. And Rose says it's from ammonia. Oh, she said put ammonia on for the fish wounds. I'm thinking that'd burn, but if it make it stop hurting, it'd probably be worth it. I know them little devils with flat gig in it, they don't mind doing it.
No, them. Well, I seen Dieter doing a live, and he got busted with one. It wasn't it wasn't a small one, but it got him right in the worst spot, right between the fingers. Ooh.
Yeah, oh man, that'd be bad. Dieter just joined the show. Welcome, Dieter. Glad to have you on here.
Appreciate everybody that's on the show.
Absolutely. We're so glad you guys watch Catfish Weekly. Now, I'm going to tell you, we had guests lined up for the show. We were supposed to have Rob Clodfelder, and Rob got tied up, and he's going to do a show with us next month. And we had Hervé was going to come on and talk to us about the Catfish Conference, and he got tied up with some stuff, so that's why we was a little bit unprepared tonight. But we'll be back next week, and we'll get Matt on here. And for those of you that know Matt Jones, you'll understand. But when Matt gets to talking about flatheads, we're liable to go over our hourly time slot.
It could be a long show.
He is so knowledgeable, and he loves to share flathead information. So it's going to be really cool. It'll be a good time. And once he gets that computer lined out, we can do a test run on him. We'll get him on here. And he fishes the Rock River up in Illinois. He also fishes Mississippi River and some other places. And last year he made a lot of big tournaments. So Matt's been getting around. I'm glad to see that. And I believe Michelle's going to join him, his wife, and it'll be a good time. We'll all learn about some tips and tricks and different things on flatheads that we may or may not know.
That's right. Always,
dump a little alcohol on them
willing
stick
to learn.
pots. That's right. Ethan says dump a little alcohol, and he'll take that sting right away. I'm all over that. I try not to catch them little ones anymore, Doc.
I know, but they have a tendency of getting in the cast net. The only other thing that might be even worse is a bullhead. Them little tiny bullheads, boy, those things they will get you in a heartbeat.
If I get one of them in the net, I'm going to clip his horns, and he's going to be catfish bait.
Oh man!
And the only reason you clip his horns is so he don't get you again.
E-Star just posted from the 50-mile marker to the 70-mile marker of the Osage Farm is full of dead catfish.
Well, I sure hate to hear that. I sure hate to hear that. There's Justin Wolf just joined him in, or at least he just posted on here. Glad to see you, Justin. Thanks for watching the show. Doc, I think we're about done for the night. I want to thank everybody for watching Catfish Weekly. It's been a fun show. Next week, Matt Jones. Anything you got to close out with, Doc?
I'll give my Doc's tip of the week. And Doc's tip of the week. Let me get the camera so it's back here so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, planer boards. Yeah, I guess I better get it the right way. Planer boards. One of the things about the planer boards is sometimes, and Lyle knows all about this, a board will come off.
Yes.
One thing that you can do is on the back side of it, put your telephone number. Hopefully, if you lose one, and if you lose one, it'll be on a river system probably, because the board takes off and it comes off. Hopefully, another fellow fisherman finds it. He won't put it in his boat to hang on to it. He'll give you a call, but it's just, stick your phone number on the back of the board in case you lose it. And you can do that with your nets and that kind of stuff. Chris Souders knows all about that, so I like picking on people that make mistakes more than I do. So, yeah, if you lose your net, have your phone number on there. Somebody give you a call and say, hey, I found a monster net on the Ohio River. Is it yours? So that's Doc's tip for the night.
That's a great tip. And Doc, while we're at it, for guys that have forgotten, if you're having problems with them boards slipping off, or if you're making a double wrap on that front clip, that'll stop a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, and these big boards, man, they got this pin that's right here that pops over, that snaps off, and that is not going to come off. When you have that pin on there.
It'll hold it in there snug. Here.
Yeah. You can go either way with new offshore tackle boards.
Dieter Milhorn says he's been chasing sharks from the end of May, and he's planning on start catfishing again this week. Dieter, we're all looking forward to seeing those videos. I'm not much of a shark fisherman, but I like to watch your stuff because you're entertaining, and that makes it fun for me. But the catfish should be coming off of the nest pretty much all over the country, wouldn't you say, Doc?
Yeah, it is starting to. I know the flatheads, I think, are still on. Well, I don't know. Terry George just put a big 56-pounder in the boat last weekend. So,
that was a giant.
Yeah, that's a big flathead down in protected waters, I think. Maybe it might be protected waters. I'm not sure, but not going to give out where he caught it. So,
right. Well, that's a great fish. And I was glad for Terry to catch that thing. But Dieter, I don't know. You was talking about bite reports from around the country, but I think everybody's catching a few. But I don't think anybody's catching great numbers yet. But that just tells me they're all starting to come off. And within the next 2 weeks, the water should settle down most places, and the fish should start really biting, so everybody's going to have a lot of good fish stories to be telling. So coming up, everybody have a safe time out on the water. We'll see you next Monday night on Catfish Weekly. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.